Hello everybody, I am Sammy15 the Dragon Tamer here, and welcome to PAVA Anime Talk, where today we'll be doing a little bit of a rant of sorts about Clannad. Oh, and while it says After Story, this is not about After Story, this is the actual Clannad thing. I just noticed right now that the picture is not said After Story in the caption of the leaf. But this is not about the After Story, this is about the actual freaking anime. All 22 episodes plus like the one extra episode with I think her name. I just finished watching all 22 4-ish episodes of it, and I still remember her name. Whatever, it's the red-haired chick. I think her, I don't know, Furukawa, I think that's her last name. Yeah. Oh, Nagisa, whatever. Yeah, I watched the dub, so I know there's probably like 50 million dub haters going, boo, watch it in sub, boo, and yada yada yada. But anyway, like I was saying, this is not necessarily a review, this is more of a rant. Sure, I'll be giving a review at the end, but this is mostly rant. I'm basically talking to you as if you yourself have seen the anime. I have yet to see After Story, and I'm getting to that. I'll get to that next week. But as of now, all I see was 22 episodes plus the one After Story, and the one episode after that, and the other episode with Tomoya. I think I don't know. I can't remember if like the guy's name is Tomoyo or Tomoya. No, it's Tomoya. That's another thing. I'll get to that later, but being confused. Remember those guys? Oh yeah, saying that if you're into slideshows and stuff like that and other stuff, now just me, my voice in this, and I'll be doing a review at towards the end. But this is mostly random. Talk to you as if you've already seen the anime. That's a long ass intro. Without further ado, let's begin. Now, first things first. Tomoyo and Tomoya, that's really freaking confusing. Maybe not in Japan, where they use calling with the last names, which, by the way, here in America, we find that kind of odd. Then again, it's not the weirdest thing, because some people do call each other by last names, you know? But that's mostly because, like, well, either some of us are from, like, raised early on in European or some other country, or because, well, we're kind of more or less just making fun of whatever country it is, or it just makes more sense, or it sounds better. Last name. For instance, I call this guy I know by his last name because I find his last name's a lot cooler than his first name, and because he insists on it. One person that calls it is his girlfriend, who does it mostly to piss him off. Besides, it kind of seems a little weird to like have your girlfriend call you by your last name. Yeah, that's one of the things. Also, and I think this is the most part, I have to say this. Clannad was beautiful. I mean, it's not as good as everyone was freaking making them out to be, because every single person I've known has been like saying, "Oh, Clannad's the best anime ever," who's seen it. And now I can see why a lot of people like it so much, but not necessarily. I mean, I did like it, most of it, especially since, like, the first 12 or 15 episodes of the feels. The rest kind of seemed to fall apart for me, anyway. I did like the end where what's her name? Oh, god damn. Oh, Nagisa. Yeah, I did like that Nagisa finally get to do her play, and she did it well. And there was some closure with that, but I didn't feel like enough characters got their own separate arcs. Because, like, one purple-haired chick that likes to read books a lot, whatever her name is, she got her own arc, and so did Fuko. Right. Though I don't mind them getting their own separate arcs. I just mind that none of the other girls did. Some people say that there was not enough episodes. I don't agree. I think there was not enough time management. I didn't think like the people who made the anime were properly managing the time. Personally, I think each and every single character should only have 3 episodes at most to themselves. In the beginning, also was not really fully into anyone arcs. First, they should have 3 episodes to begin with it to like get everything rolling down the hill. Then they should have three episodes, 1 arc to a character, and there's what, 5 or 6 females. So, yeah, about 20. Let's see, 3 times 6. I'm bad at math, apparently. Should know that. Yeah, 18 plus Tomoya. That's 21. So you know that's enough. That's perfectly enough to have everyone have their own little arc to themselves. It truly is. I just feel like they had way too much time with Fuko and the other hairy girl. They drew it out too much. Granted, there was a lot of feels into that, and I did like the feels, but I just felt it was a little too much, you know? Now, a lot of people say, well, Clannad has a lot of feels. It has a lot more feels than the average anime. I totally agree with that. However, it's not as touchy-feely as I thought it would be coming into this. When I was coming into this, I had so much expectations, and admittedly so, I probably kind of spoiled it for myself. If I probably went into fresh, I probably think it's better than it was too. You know, I just had way too much expectations, and everyone I knew was building it up to like, oh my god, it's the best piece of anime ever. Granted, I'm not really a fan of that genre, so that maybe come into play why I did not like the anime so much. I did like it, though. I did like it. I did like the feels. I just felt like each and every single character should have had more time to themselves. And I don't know if I couldn't find it, or the site where I had just didn't have it, but the only character that I saw that had extra arc to little episodes to themselves with an alternate ending was Tomoyo. I think, yeah, Tomoyo. But I could be wrong. There's probably several episodes in sub, which I also heard that After Story is also only in sub. I don't know why. Maybe because whoever licensed the first part didn't want to license the second part for whatever reason. So I'll be watching that in sub. Not a lot of people who hate on dub and its existence entirely are going, yay! Personally, my feelings in dub is that if it's in dub, I'll watch it. But if it's not dub, I'll watch sub. I don't mind. You know, some people are like one or the other strictly. I'm the kind of guy that goes what is ever available, watch it. That's the kind of anime fan I am. I mean, there were cases where I actually will wait for a dub. That's only because I feel like it will come on Toonami. Same like with Attack on Titan. When I heard about it, I knew I kind of wanted to watch it, at least the first few episodes, but I wanted to wait until it came on Toonami, so I could watch it each and every single week via on Toonami and support them. I'd probably still watch it anyway, but I don't want to. But I just like that whole entire feel of it. But that's just me, and we're going on a little tangent here, but oh well. Another thing, I did like the anime and the several feels, but like I said, I just felt like it took too long to get to the point. I felt like it took too long to get to the whole entire Fuko arc, and I think it took too long to explain everything that was going on with purple hair girl. You know, I don't even remember her name. I think her name is Kotomi. I think her name is Kotomi. I'm just guessing though. Yeah, it's Kotomi, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I just felt like the Kotomi arc took too long to get to the point. I feel like it would only need 3 episodes. I didn't think it needed to be drawn out as long as it was. And that's my big part of this anime. It took too long to get to the point with several other things. It just took too long. I understand the whole entire love-romance thing. I did not mind that taking as long as it did because, well, it's kind of was. But I feel like each and every single character should have been explained more. The twins should have got more of an arc to themselves. I didn't really see the point of Fuko in general because even after she disappears, because as you know, if you watch the anime, well, she is just the imagination of her unconscious person in the comment. I don't know how to explain it. But you know what I mean, hopefully. If you haven't watched the anime, then you just have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But Fuko, I did like Fuko, but she just seemed out of place to me. With anime of love and romance, Fuko just seems a little off place to me. Some people say, "Oh, she's a Tolkien character of sorts." No, no. That's Yohei Sunohara's job. You know, he's the Tolkien comedy character of sorts. Fuko is just random bottle of joy I love. I mean, I did like Fuko. I just don't think that she had a place in this anime necessarily. She was too Noe-ish, and she looked too much of a lolicon. I mean, not lolicon, but too much of a lolly, you know? She looks like she was 8 when she was actually probably like 14, 15, I think. Yeah, I mean, she was a sophomore, so that tells you that much, how old she was. I mean, that's what I don't necessarily like, the fact that she's 14, 15, 16, yet she looks like she's 8 or 10. Not to mention that after her arc is finished, she's pretty much never really there. Meaning, there really was no point to giving Fuko her own separate arc entirely. That's another thing I don't really understand, you know? I like the appearance she did make, but I don't think that she really should have been there. I mean, even the appearances she does make are completely totally random and completely totally useless, and don't have any impact of the plot whatsoever than just be funny. It has nothing. She doesn't help at all, and I think she's just there for kicks and giggles, you know, because I think there was way too many Fuko fans who loved her story way too much and would get pissed if she was not in the anime. That's what I think happened. And some people, Fuko fangirls, are going, "No, Fuko deserves to be here," or Fuko fanboys, whatever. I like Fuko, and I like characters like her. I just did not think she deserved to have a spot, or even as long as the episode she's in. She had 4 or 5 episodes to herself. Like, a fourth of the whole entire series was dedicated to her. That just makes me a little aggravated, you know? She did not need that many episodes to herself. I mean, personally, some people would say that the opening in general, the first few episodes should have been... After the first 3 to 5 episodes, I think they should have been to an arc, yes, but I don't think it should have moved on to Fuko. Probably to one of the twins. Another thing, why do they make, like, the twin who has short hair like a backseat? I know the whole entire running joke is that even though the twin with the short hair, in reality, was the one that's crushing her, and the twin with the long hair crushes on him even more, and just using her as more or less as an excuse. At least that's the whole entire joke, I think. The subtle hints, you know. And it's very obvious each and every single girl likes him eventually, you know. Actually, I knew every single girl would like them for, like, 1, because they're in the opening, and 2, if they weren't have much of, if they really were not going to have some kind of crush on Tomoya, why the hell would they even have such a big part in the anime to begin with? You know, so it's obvious, you know. Some people are kind of irritated that he went with Nagisa, because like, oh, she's the perfect girl for him, blah blah blah, so of course she's gonna go with him, and not someone like another girl. I kind of do sort of agree with that, but at the same time, they just look good together. Plus, the way that she's introduced, and the way she's always at his side at all times, even when she's helping someone else for the most part, you know, it's kind of obvious that those two are going to be together at the end. But that's what I really think. You know, I feel like the other girls should have more of an arc. You know, I know that Tomoyo had a bit of an arc of her own, of sorts, but it didn't really feel much of an arc. I mean, sure, she gets a little bit of a backstory, but nah. And I know, like, the twins kind of get a few episodes, but same thing, it kind of falls under to Tomoyo's arc-ish, which is weird. I didn't feel like that was really cool. And some people say that they didn't like it. Was basically a show of Nagisa, and she had basically the whole entire series to develop herself, and that is very true. Plus, she had a little bit of a few episodes explaining their backstory, but she didn't really have an arc, which is fine because she was the main heroine of sorts. Now, some people would say that Samoya didn't have an arc either, but he kind of did because he's the main character, and more importantly, he is the harem leader. Now, some people would say, no, this is not a harem, but there's 6 different female characters gunning for him. 5 for sure, at least. And you're saying this is not a harem? Sure, harems have a bit of the showing of their boobs or whatnot, and they have a little teases and little stuff along those lines. There's no such thing as fan service in this anime for the most part. Like, I feel like 1 or 2 shows. Like, even when Fuko makes her entrance is when her skirt goes upside down, the stars covering that to make sure that does not happen. So that people did not see her underwear. Which I actually did like. You know, I liked that. A character who looked like she was 8 or 10 did not need to be flirting her panties around. I agree with that. Thank you, my anime. Like I said, I'm gonna be kind of just feel like a broken record at this point. Probably no one's watching me anymore at this point either. Feel like a broken record, but I just feel like each and every single character deserved more screen time and more time to themselves and more time to develop their characters, and that's my major problem with it. You know, I developed such an emotional tie to more characters than the others, and I feel like, and I kind of wanted to get to more characters than the others. Like the twins, I wanted to get more, and I wanted to get more. No, it's more to Tomoyo. Where's it Tomoyo? Whatever. The girl with the other girl, with silver hair. No, it's Tomoyo. Now down to the review part. The review part, I feel like I did like the visuals. I liked everything pretty much. I didn't like the whole entire time. There's only really one song that, at least I think so, that was playing in the background. It's the same freaking song as the ending. Don't get me wrong, the ending song was pretty good, but I just didn't really get the point. In terms of voice actors, we do have a bit of a cast of stand-up performances by Dame Matsuranga as Tomoyo Ozazaki. I did like his acting pretty much. I did like it a lot. I liked how he played that character perfectly, in my opinion, because he was just he was such a jerk. He was such a prankster. I think he was a bit of a troll. So Boyle, I feel like, is a troll in my opinion. The way he just kept on messing with several other characters, just kept on running jokes that just went farther and farther. He never bothered to explain it until he kind of had to. I loved him for that. It's like, so Boyle, I normally don't like main characters, especially main characters that are kind of harem leaders of sorts. But I like this guy. I liked him a lot. You know, the main heroine, by the way, is played by Lucy Christian. Someone's like, wait a minute. Lucy Christian also played mind-blowing moment Nami from One Piece. You're going, wait, what? Yes. The girl that plays a pirate who steals people and, openly does dirty tricks and whatnot is also probably one of the most moe girls ever. Episode 12, the first several minutes of that anime just has several moe moments in general that just made me go, yes, I like moe. You know, I like my moe a little bit. I like my moe. Another key stand-up performance, in my opinion, was Shilling Colleen Black as Kyo, the long-haired twin. I liked her performance pretty well too. I think she did a very excellent job. Greg Aries was Yohei Sunohara. I didn't like his voice. You know, I'm not a big Greg Aries fan to begin with, but he's a good voice actor. I just feel like he's kind of annoying. I guess that's kind of the point. Well, my one problem with this anime is that when this anime is very clearly Japanese and have very clear Japanese setting, it's like I feel like the characters sounded too American, you know. And that's the problem, I think, is with some dub versus sub at times. You know, it's just hard to get into simply because of the fact that it's not really a culture that we're familiar with, and it's so focused a little bit on the life of a culture that we're not really too familiar with, you know? And that's my one problem with it, I guess. And that's my one problem with the dub, I guess. But that's just me. I feel like Fuko did not... Who was Fuko? Haley Hag, I didn't think did a good job, in my opinion. I feel like Stephanie Shea, I think that's what her name is, or Bianca Pauline Sia should have played her instead. Bianca also played as Chopper and does a very, very well job at that. I feel like Bianca should have played the Fuko instead. But that's just me, in my opinion. Is there anything else I need to rant about? You know, I kind of want to do this between 10 to 15 minutes. But I might as well continue ranting while I'm at it. Actually, there's nothing really, I guess, like, there is to do. You know. So, like I said, I feel like each and every single character should have a little bit more arc. And now people saying Utamori kind of have an arc with, whereas Utamori kind of an arc where she was facing all the basketball players. That really wasn't so much an arc, in my opinion, of that focused more or less on her. I feel like she was kind of the main subject of sorts, but I didn't really feel like she was, you know, it was focused on her story. Unlike the other two, I felt like it really was focused on their story, where Fuko and Kotomi, it was really focused on them and their story. I didn't really feel like so much with the other characters. But that's all I really have to say about this anime. If I had to rate it, and I will rate it, I would actually say 8 out of 10, which may become a shock with how much I'm just bashing on it. But I'm really not. And by the way, next week I'm going to be doing After Story. So just be clear for those who have gone through it going, wait, but where's that Clannad After Story? You got to see Clannad After Story, so don't freaking spoil it for me. Okay? I'm going to start watching it like right after this episode's over. So don't talk to me about it yet. I won't even look at the comments for this video. So nah. So thank you everybody. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys next time, or next week, with PAVA Anime Talk.